So a judge will soon decide the future of several students whose visa status has been in limbo ever since the Trump administration revoked visas at colleges across Georgia and across the country. 11 Alive Joe Ripley live at Emory University in Atlanta, where several students had their visas revoked and where protests broke out earlier today. So Joe, you actually spoke with the attorney behind the new lawsuit. What is he asking the court to do tonight?
Yeah, that's right, Ron. Dustin Baxter is actually part of the team representing more than a dozen students, many of them from right here at schools in Georgia. Tonight, he is asking that their visa status be reinstated so they can continue to work and study here in the U.S. Emory University senior Zachary Hammond is leading a rally just days after the Trump administration revoked visa status from a handful of Emory students.
Students absolutely deserve to be in the United States, and I don't think that any speech should provoke the revocation of a student visa.
Students at the University of Georgia and other schools across the state and the country have also had their visas revoked. The State Department would not comment on specific cases, but told 11 Alive it considers past arrests, criminal convictions, and other immigration law violations as it works to protect the U.S.
When something like that happens to them, their whole life is turned upside down.
Dustin Baxter, a partner with immigration law firm Cook & Baxter, is now filing a federal lawsuit against Immigration and Customs Enforcement, the Department of Homeland Security, and the Department of Justice. Baxter claims ICE wrongfully changed the students' visa status, stripped them of the ability to work and study in the country, and put them at risk of arrest and deportation.
What the Trump administration has decided to do is just terminate CVIS registration, which they cannot do unless a case falls within a certain category of cases where a person has certain criminal convictions or where they failed to attend school. That is not the case for these individuals.
Baxter has also asked a federal judge to temporarily reinstate the student's visa status through the litigation process. ICE says it will not comment on pending litigation.
They tend to say, well, I want to, build a life here. But for, some of them, they say going back to my home country would be extremely dangerous.
Still, other advocates are trying to guide impacted students through a time of uncertainty.
I think this is all incredibly unjust, and I hope the legal challenges succeed in stopping the Trump administration's actions.
Within the last few minutes, we also heard from the Department of Justice. They are refusing to comment on this case. Baxter tells me as many as 300 people could be added to this lawsuit. He expects to learn from a judge later this week on the status of the students he is currently representing, see if they can temporarily regain their visa status. We're live outside Emory University in Atlanta. Joe Ripley, 11 Alive News.
All right, Joe, thanks a lot. By the way, the State Department tells 11 Alive it could actually revoke even more student visas in the future. Attorneys argue the Trump administration is breaking the rules, saying that it's violating the Administrative Procedure Act and the Fifth Amendment's due process protections.